Sometimes people say that it's not fair that if they get fired, they'll lose their slices, they'll lose their equity. And I understand where they're coming from, and I can understand where that perception would come from, but it really is fair. Because when you leave a startup company, you're essentially going out of business. You're going out of the business. You are driving yourself out of business. So imagine you're a single practitioner. You're a solo entrepreneur, and you've invested money, and you've started a company, and you're working hard, and all that kind of stuff. And lo and behold, you decide one day not to do your job anymore. You're going to quit. If you quit, that's fine. That's your choice. If the company stops moving forward because you've quit your job, and the company goes out of business, and you lose your investment, and you're never going to get paid. That's the same thing as quitting a startup job. You're basically walking away. Just because other people might continue on and make some money later on doesn't mean you deserve your share, because you've walked away from the business, just as if you'd walked away from the business if you started by yourself. So it may seem like, gosh, these guys owe you something, but they don't really owe you something, because you're actually bringing them down. You're not building them up. You haven't helped them build the company. You walked away in the middle of it. Same goes for getting fired. If you're behaving in a way that gets you fired, you've done a disservice to your teammates, and you should walk away, and you're out of business, and they're going to do their best to stay in business. They're not getting paid either. They're taking risks too. So as long as that's the case, they deserve what's left over, and you don't deserve your piece. Now, if they fire you, they can't keep your piece, because you've done well by them. You've done your part. They fire you for no good reason, and you would keep your slices. So as harsh as it might seem to lose your slices for getting fired or terminating your job or quitting your job, it's actually very fair, because if you're a solo practitioner and your company go out of business, and you lose everything anyway. So that's where that comes from. Appreciate your comments and questions below. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.